Hello and welcome to White Men Can't Pod. It's episode number 37. I'm your host, Ryan. I'm here with two guys who just got out of a coma, Bill and Wally. Welcome.
Both of us.
Win.
You both were in a coma. You were sad that I had to go
Win. Since Wally is being rude and won't do it, I would like to say hi to our one fan. Hello. I'm sorry that Wally's being so rude and he's forgotten about you.
No, don't say that.
Do it.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah.
I don't know why you do, but thank you so much.
All of our fan.
All of our fans.
All of our fan. It's Rocky 2. We're going on a Rocky series here. I think people liked the first Rocky episode. Got a couple people reach out and said they liked it.
Oh, nice.
Rocky struggles in family life after his bout with Apollo Creed, while the embarrassed champ insistently goads him to accept a challenge for a rematch. How'd you first see Rocky 2?
Oh, man.
Last week when I watched it.
Okay.
I've seen the final fight a lot of times.
Yeah.
Again, the first half of this movie, I have never seen before. It was brand new to me.
The coma? You didn't remember the coma?
The coma,
I remember.
The buying of everything, the hospital scene at the beginning. None of it.
No, I remember all that. I must have. I'm pretty sure it was probably a Netflix through the mail.
You really went on a tear.
Dude, you have no.
Netflix.
It was a full year before I got
Wow.
internet that 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, I was right.
A year. You need to write a book. My year without the internet.
I played these games.
This is
I
what
watched.
I did.
I watched Scrubs a lot because I had it on DVD.
Is that during the time where I gave you my Entourage DVDs? Like,
No,
here, you want these?
I had them. I rewatched them during that time frame. So,
I don't really want
There's
these
been
anymore.
once or
You want
twice
these?
where I've been like late night, like I just need to find something to watch, and I will like see Entourage and be like, should I start that? And then immediately like, no, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Can't get into that again. My first time I saw this had to have been one of those Rocky marathons because I, like you, I remember like the second half of this movie, not the first
The
half.
fight, I definitely remember,
Yeah.
but the other 3/4 of it, never.
Yeah. All right. Wally, you're taking us through this one? Or is it
No.
Bill?
I am, I believe.
yeah,
It's Bill.
Yeah.
I was like, I did the first one. I better not have done the second one.
Well, you're doing it again.
No,
All right,
I didn't
Bill.
take notes.
Bill, you're taking us through this
So
one.
this
Sorry.
is the 1979 sequel to the Academy Award-winning movie.
Sure.
This might, I can't decide. We'll know at the end. This
Yeah.
might be better. This was actually, I enjoyed this.
Okay. Yeah. It's Rocky.
We'll jump into the budget game. I got a little bit of extra figures here just as a comparison. The first Rocky was budgeted for $960,000, as we discussed last week.
Mhm.
Okay.
So since they won an Oscar, it must have gone up some. I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
What's the budget?
I feel like it didn't go up a lot. I feel like he's setting us up.
Yeah, this feels
I
like
said
a
some.
setup.
I didn't say a lot or a little.
This feels like a setup to me.
Yep. I'm gonna say
This feels like a
$3
setup.
million. Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Give me $5 million.
Ryan, you win. $7 million they had for this.
Okay.
Damn.
You keep track of all this, right, Wally?
Not this one.
Oh, come on.
Box score and budget. I don't keep track of.
Damn it.
So the first one on less than $1 million won $225 million, or that's what
Made.
the box office made. So, could this do the same thing? What was the box office for the $7 million version?
That's probably not as much.
Wait, what did the first one? 200.
225.
225.
Okay. I think probably 400. 400.
Wow.
400 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn. That's
Right.
a lot.
Right in the coattails, and it's a good movie.
It is a good
Give me
movie.
185. I think it's a little less.
Ryan, you win.
Damn.
$200.1 million.
So still
Really?
really good.
So less, but still a very good turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big
Off
win.
of $7 million.
Another winner.
Yeah. So Sylvester Stallone, just have him write everything, apparently.
He's killing it.
So we start the movie by rewatching the end of the first movie. Is this
So much of it.
is
Lots
this a
of it.
genius move or is this a straight up time filler?
I like the move, actually. I think it's a genius move because they're like,
Too much of it.
let's get
It
into
was the whole fight.
Let's get
It
into
was the whole. No, it was the whole 14th round, wasn't it? Or was it the whole fight? No, it wasn't the whole
No,
fight.
they show the end of the 14th and
Yeah.
the conclusion of the fight.
Yeah.
All right, so most of the fight.
But that's a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a long time.
So it's a time
Montage
play,
it,
but
maybe?
also
You'll
does-
love a montage.
It
Just
drops you
montage.
right
it.
in.
But they learn from their mistakes here. Like this is just step one
Oh,
of
yeah.
how we connect these movies.
Yes.
They're really going to do a hell of a job later.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we pick it right up at right there, as you said. Ain't gonna be no rematch. Don't want one.
Yep.
But this time,
You could actually hear them this time.
yes. We go to the hospital, and there is a very long drive through the city. News crew following the ambulance, and it's probably 5 minutes of an ambulance driving around the city.
Mm-hmm.
We get there. We see both fighters are, in fact, at the hospital. Although he, in the ring, said there will be no rematch, Apollo Creed immediately calls for a rematch in front of the camera. Meanwhile, Rocky's basically saying, oh, no, I'm retired now. That was it for me. But before they can be separated in their wheelchairs, Mickey throws a little gas in the fire by basically saying, I don't care what the judges said. Rocky won that fight. And then
He's a real shit stirrer.
he really is.
Mm-hmm.
They get sent to their separate wings of the hospital. And
I thought we were going to have a wheelchair fight. I thought they were going to have a fist fight in their wheelchairs.
some murder ball in the hospital.
Just like a Days, a movie we'll watch soon. Days of Thunder kind of a moment.
Yeah.
We're going to get into it.
Rocky tells Adrian, go home. I'm going to be here healing for a while. They show him on the operating table, and he basically says, like, can you fix my nose? My nose has never been broken before.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been this ugly.
He does at one point say to Mickey, how's my nose? Or he says in general, like, how's my nose? Is it worse than Mickey's? And Mickey's like, it ain't that ugly. But the doctors basically say, actually, your nose will be fine. Real worried about your eye, though. Your right eye is not good.
He's also super awake when they're doing this surgery. Like, all right, we're doing surgery. And he's like,
Yeah,
whoa.
They're about to knock him
Yeah,
out,
he
though.
is not. He's getting knocked out.
I
This
do
is like
remember-
him counting backwards from 10 because he can't do that.
When
so.
I was 12 and having surgery, and I didn't want to be there, and I was miserable and all that,
Mhm.
they give you the gas, and they told me, like, count down from 100. And I remember thinking, I'm going to show these jerks. I am going to count down to 100, and then what are they going to do? 98's the last number I remember.
I'm going to show these jerks. I'm going to prove these doctors wrong. I will count down. That's a Bill story if I've ever heard one. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna prove you wrong.
12-year-old me. Smartest person I knew. So he's in the hospital recovering. Paulie comes in, just right away, jumps right in. Hey, look, can I get your old job now? Can you talk to your very nice mobster boss?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Can you get me a job? And this time, finally, between now having some money from the fight and also being in a hospital bed, he's like, yeah, fine. Fine, Paulie, I'll get you a job.
Whatever.
So he does, and then the nurse comes and kicks Paulie out and then asks for an autograph. And we see this is a new thing for Rocky. He's going to be a famous person in Philadelphia. There's a cool little moment here where Rocky wheels himself out of the room in the middle of the night, and he finds Apollo's room. And he like opens the door and he's like, hey, Apollo, did you give me your best? And Apollo's like, yeah, Rock, I did. So, and he just goes like,
Thanks.
thank you. And yeah, wheels himself back away. We then go to leave the hospital, and there's a silly moment where he's cracking wise with a dude in a full body cast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's some dude
He
that
signs his forehead.
yeah, will you sign my forehead, Rock? And then there's another guy that comes and meets him and basically says, we want you to hawk every product. We're going to just throw you in commercials. We're going to give you a couple $100,000. It'll be great, but we got to do it now while you're still hot. And Rocky's like, yeah, sure. But first, I got some stuff to do. Namely, I need to go to the zoo. And the guy's like, all right, I guess I'll call you tomorrow.
Sure.
No, I'll call you. I don't have a phone, but I'll call you like, hey, yo!
I like that. He goes, the guy's got brain damage, like
Mm-hmm.
as he walks away.
Clearly.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the zoo, and this is Rocky being super romantic.
Yeah.
Let's go check out this tiger. Isn't the tiger cool? And then the most romantic proposal I've ever heard. I was wondering if you wouldn't mind marrying me very much.
Marry me
Hey,
very much.
what are you doing for the next 40 or 50
And
years?
she straight up goes, what's that now?
What now?
What are you doing very
If
much?
you wouldn't mind marrying me very much. And then she says she would like that.
This is the worst proposal.
Mind
ever.
you, there is not a ring.
They've known each other or been dating for
seconds.
4 months, maybe?
Maybe.
They started dating, a month before Thanksgiving?
Yep.
And this is still winter, so...
Well,
At
they
max,
started
5.
dating on Thanksgiving. The fight was on January 1st.
Oh, right, it was on Thanksgiving.
You got to figure 2 months in the hospital because he was...
So at
So
best,
fucked
3.5
up.
months.
Yeah.
But hey, she says yes.
She's like, I'm not getting any better.
It was that great proposal.
No ring, but it is in front of the tiger. So,
It's so
who he
cool.
then
It's a
invites
tiger.
to the wedding. And the tiger no-shows him, it turns out.
Oh, that fucking tiger.
Because, they've been together for a couple months. They get married potentially later that afternoon.
Yeah,
It seems to be
fast.
very quick. It's a small wedding. It's Rocky and Adrian, of course.
Uh-huh.
Adrian has some maid of honor. Is that the girl from the pet store?
It's
I
a pet
think
shop
so.
girl.
It is
Yeah,
her. Okay.
yeah.
His best man is Paulie, which, makes sense. And then the very nice mobster guy's there, too. Also,
Grasso.
the only person sitting in the church is Mickey. And then immediately he's like, hey, congrats, Rock. I got to go. It's time to train.
I
gotta go.
and comers. They look really good.
I got to go train. Are they good? Yeah, they're good. And then the loan shark pulls him aside, says, hey, Rock, what are you doing now? Invest in some condominiums. Ugh.
I don't use those.
I don't use those
never
kind of
used
things.
them. And the
Never
and
use those things.
Tony, being very nice, just looks at him and goes like, okay, Rock. And just leaves it at that.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
He then carries her home, it appears, not just across the doorstep or whatever, but from
Home.
the church to the house.
All
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
We stopped by the a cappella band to celebrate.
Oh,
as
the
they're-
gang. The acapella
Yep.
gang.
Is this Frank Stallone singing? It is, right?
Frank Stallone does the song in the first one, so it
Well,
could
the
be.
character's name is Frank.
So it's probably
So
Frank
it makes me
Stallone.
think this is Rock's legit brother sitting around with the bum singing.
It's gotta be. So why else would you have a singing gang?
Yeah. It's like the radio for the whole neighborhood.
There's a
Jesus.
jukebox. There's a
The jukebox, yeah.
neighborhood jukebox.
Rocky carries her up the stairs and has like weird conversations, like always. It's real romantic time, except with a giant dog. And then she says, like, "Is it gonna be like this forever?" Yeah, like forever. Even though literally I guess this is your honeymoon.
That tiny bed that they get into.
Yeah. And we have an uncomfortably long kissing scene. Nothing graphic, but we watch them sort of make out for a couple of minutes.
Every time I see her, it feels like she doesn't want to do any
Yes.
of the things that he's saying, but then does.
Yeah.
It's just the way she plays it. She's supposed to be shy and still into it, but it doesn't feel that way. It just feels weird.
Yes. Except at least in this one, she's saying like,
She does say the yes.
but yes, it looks very uncomfortable.
It's just really weird.
So then we go to now they're married and Rock starts spending money before he even has it.
No,
He's
baby.
gonna do commercials, so why not? So he buys a muscle car. Then he stops by the clothing store because he needs that tiger jacket.
Need that tiger jacket.
Buys it.
You like this jacket? You got it. And she's like, no, my jacket's fine.
I already got one.
Okay.
Buys her a new one. Buys him a new one. They go to the pet store to buy a new collar for Butt Kiss, and then he buys a new collar for his new bracelet. Then he buys a new house.
Yeah, he has a matching dog collar bracelet throughout this whole movie.
Yep.
With his dog. And I will say, a pretty sweet jacket, though.
I mean, the
That tiger jacket is pretty sweet.
If
Yeah.
it was a white jacket, I think it'd be even
Yes.
better.
Yes, like the
Yeah.
white jacket and Drive with the
Yeah,
scorpion. on it
yes,
is
yes,
Oh my
yes.
awesome. I agree, but it is a nice jacket. He buys a new house. Doesn't even see the whole thing. Doesn't
No.
want to go upstairs. Doesn't care.
Oh,
I'm just gonna
those
buy
are
it.
all details.
And Adrian's like,
Those are
you're
just
you're
details.
making this too easy for him. You
Yeah.
gotta at least like try to get the price down. Nah, it's good. It's good.
It also looks exactly like his shitty apartment.
Yeah.
Front door.
Yeah,
Like they
it did.
just cleaned up the front and lit it better and changed the number, and that was the front door of the house.
Yep. So he doesn't try to argue at all. Adrian can't talk him into caring even a little bit. So
He
they buy
only
the house.
made 37. Doesn't he say it?
I think he did.
37K.
37K
Oh, after
from
taxes up, yeah.
from the fight after taxes. There's no way he can afford all this stuff.
Well, he's
Yeah, he
going to do
could.
commercials, though. He says, I'm doing commercials now. So he doesn't have this money, but he's spending it.
He could definitely afford all that back then. 70s? Yeah, he could.
Yeah, you could afford
It's
a
nice
car and a house for
and a nice
37 grand,
house.
probably.
I think he could.
We then cut to Apollo. He's reading hate mail to his family. And basically everyone's telling him the fight was fixed. You're a bum. You're not a champ. And so he gets hard fixated on, I need to have this rematch. I need to show them that it was a fluke and I am a dominant fighter.
Is that a young Adonis Creed that runs by there underneath when he rips up the
It must be.
the hate
right?
mail?
I don't know.
So he's fixated on having a rematch. Then we see Rocky just glad-handing around town. He's playing stickball with the kids, just kind of bumming around being a celebrity.
Well, the town loves him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Philadelphia, they don't love nothing more than fake champions.
Okay,
In
so
real life.
no, he could not afford this house.
What was that? What dig was that at Philadelphia?
They have a statue of Rocky,
Yeah.
fake
Oh.
champion.
Oh,
they
I see.
they put in
I thought you
metal.
were insulting the Eagles or something.
I'm just insulting
Legitimately at the base of the Rocky steps, off to the right side, where right next to the steps, that's where the Rocky statue is.
Yes.
Philadelphia. And then when they actually do it in real life, they have to literally grease their poles because people have to climb them.
Yes,
Yes,
because
right.
they're.
So I was
maniacs.
taking a bit of a shot at the
Okay.
city of
I thought
Philadelphia.
you were taking a shot at a specific team.
No,
not-
a specific city and
Okay.
its townspeople.
Okay.
Well,
It's
through
also
all of
I've never been there,
Philadelphia
but
sports, yeah, I'll say that.
our old pal Cormac once told me it's the ugliest people in America. So
I gotta say though, I did enjoy my 2 nights in Philadelphia.
I've never been. I'm sure I would have plenty of fun.
I because I did a lot of the historic stuff too. So I saw
Oh, that would be cool. I would
Yeah.
do that.
Liberty Bell.
I don't care
There's-
so much
there's-
about the
there's good
Bell,
stuff
but I would
there.
like to see
Cheese
Independence
steaks.
Hall.
Cheesesteaks?
I would eat both of those both of those cheesesteak places. We then go to he's standing outside of a doctor's office, and Adrian comes out to basically say she's pregnant. To which he says, "Yo, Adrian, you did it!"
Good. Like it. Good line.
Yeah. So next scene, we got to make money for this baby, so we go to the commercial shoots.
Mm.
Rocky standing there in a ridiculous Flintstone/Tarzan outfit. And we find out he's a real, actual moron. He
Yeah, he
can
cannot
barely
read.
read. He messes up every line. And it turns out that after hours and hours of trying, he cannot do commercials.
He can't do
The director
script.
loses it. Which will lead us into an eBay war.
Aha!
Ooh.
Now, I will say before we do the eBay war, the other thing that I was looking at for the eBay war, there is a Rocky 2 trading card, which obviously is not a real one, but they made them, and it's autographed. So it's a Sly Stallone Rocky 2 autographed card. This person hasn't been bought yet. Has it on eBay for $15,000.
What?
Wow.
Yeah, that's not what the eBay war is,
That
but I
seems
was
like a lot.
shocked when I found that. All right, let's pull it up here for you guys. Get rid of that one. Ryan, I think you're really going to like this.
I'm excited.
So currently, Ryan, you are
I'm
winning
so
6-5.
excited.
So you will be going first.
I just want to say something real quick while you're pulling that up. I am dominating the eBay wars. I'm ahead on Wally and on Bill, I believe.
You're not ahead of me, I don't believe.
He
Uh,
just said
maybe
it.
you just pulled ahead
He
of
just said
me.
it.
Did he just get ahead of me?
I'm 2 games up.
Ryan is 6-5 against Bill and 6-5 against me.
Hello.
So you're dominating nothing.
Yeah.
But this is right up your alley, so you might be able
Oh,
to
I'm
take a
sorry.
commanding lead right now.
Are you ahead of me? Either one of you? No, you're not.
It's in there now. So you
Yeah,
can see
in
what
there
you're
now.
bidding
I
on.
see it.
Sorry, I was just basking in my glory
Yeah.
of.
Well, this is right up your alley, so you
dominating
should
both
be
of
able
you.
to win this one.
Oh, a Rocky 2 action figure of him in the
That's not fair. Look at all the goddamn action figures he
Yeah.
has around the
and
house.
the caveman. Oh, this is tough.
So this is a Rocky 2, Rocky Balboa as caveman action figure, Jax, limited, one of 1,800, rare, new.
Damn.
Let's see. Do we got a description?
One of 1,800.
Item
Mint in
description
the
from
box.
the seller.
Yeah, that's
Rocky
not new,
2,
though.
Rocky Balboa as caveman action figure, Jax, limited, 1 of 1,800, rare, new. Brand new factory sealed on card. The pack has wear on the card and a small ding on the bottom of the bubble. There are a ding small dings on the edges.
There are ding, small ding. Ding, small dings.
I hate when I dig my small dings.
There are ding small dings on the edges of the card
You
and
say
wear
that
on
like
the
several
corners.
more times.
I'm trying to just read it. There are
Just skip that part.
No, don't, please.
Just skip.
Keep reading it over and over.
there are ding small dings.
I tried.
on the edges of the card and wear on the corners.
Oh,
This is my last unit available.
oh my god.
I have updated the pictures so they are of the exact unit being sold. Please check out all of the pictures. Last piece available. Very rare figure, limited edition, 1 of 1,800. Smoke-free home. Check out all the pictures for more details and questions welcomed. Ships USPS priority, fast and safe. I will ship within 24 hours of purchase. There are small dings on the edges of the card.
Now, are there any pictures of the ding, small dings?
You can
let's
kind of
see.
see it.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You can see it a little bit. There's nothing real wild to see.
You think Rocky's
the
naked?
bottom of it is kind of smushed up.
You think he's naked under there?
Yes.
I'm looking up his skirt right now. It's hard to tell.
I
Hard to
also
tell.
like he's got the Tarzan gear on, but his little I don't know, what do you call that thing that Tarzan wears? His
The
robe or
his
whatever.
bone
the pullover?
necklace?
No, the pieces, the clothes has
Oh, okay.
it says Rocky 1 of 1,800 on the,
Oh, it does.
on his thing.
It does say
That
that.
just seems really annoying. Okay, so I have to go first.
Yep.
I'm gonna say this is a 1 of 1,800. It's Jax. It's a company that doesn't exist anymore. Super weirdly specific though. So give me $259.99.
$259.99. God damn it! This is where Wally's gonna get you with the $250 bid. He's gonna
Yeah.
really sneak one in there.
250 bid.
Maybe not the smartest move.
Gonna say $299.99 because I don't trust it. I don't want to go 300.
Tie ball game. Price US $400 even.
Yes.
Was $800.
Wow.
Save US $400, 50% off.
400.
Yeah. Now, you can get cheaper versions if you get the not in box mint whatever.
And not the 1 of 1,800
Right.
probably.
But
Damn, 400.
so there are other versions. You can get him like fighting. You can get him beat up with like bloody.
That's kind of why I
Wait,
went
wait.
down a little bit, because it's like, wouldn't you rather have him fighting than him in the stupid Tarzan thing?
So is it 1 of 1,800 all just Tarzan or 1 of 1,800 in the?
I assume just Tarzan.
1 of 1,800 just as him
But-
as
Okay.
Tarzan.
Besides the different versions of him, this is why, Ryan, I think you want to get into this one. Listen to the action figures that you can get from this movie.
I'm sure there's an Apollo.
You can get everyone. You can get
Give me a
Rocky.
Polly.
You can get Apollo. You can get Mickey. You can get Duke, who is Apollo's trainer.
Oh,
I
okay.
like
you can
Duke.
get an action figure of Tony Gazzo.
Wait, Gazzo has a fucking action figure?
He's got an action figure.
Gazzo?
You can get Roberto Duran. Who's that, you ask? Why, that's the guy that he sparred with.
Yep, the small speedy guy.
Yep.
He was an actual champion.
Wow.
You can get an action figure of Lou Filippo, the referee.
Okay.
You can get an action figure of Larry Merchant and Jim Lampley, the announcers.
Okay.
You can even get an action figure of, and I don't remember where he even fits into this movie, Brent Musburger.
He interviews Apollo Creed at his house, and he's like,
Oh, yes.
Apollo,
Oh, yeah.
you're ducking this guy. Or,
So you can get a whole Rocky 2. Not even Rocky,
Holy
all of them, because
shit.
obviously they have other movies, but just for Rocky 2, you get all those different people.
They've got
and
a
there's
Gazzo
at least-
in there.
There's
Gazzo.
at least
That's-
3 versions of Rocky 2. There's the one that we did the eBay war on in his commercial outfit. There's one where he's looking buff like a fighter, and there's one where he's like post-fight all beat up.
They even have a 3-pack of all the guys he went to go interview for a job with, and he said no.
So I think probably you want to start looking into this collection.
I like it, although I would rather go with a Rocky 3 or 4 collection.
Well, certainly Rocky 3, you can get both Thunder Lips and Clubber Lang.
Oh,
I didn't look into it further, but those are featured.
Yeah, I'd be more interested in that.
I know you would. You definitely would be a Thunder Lips first type of guy.
Mick from Rocky 2 is definitely the way to go. If you're going to get one from Rocky 2, it's got to be Mickey.
He's available. Obviously, Tony Gazzo is the one you want.
Gazzo.
Is he in the third? I'm curious if he's in all 4 of them.
What happens
5
to
of them.
Gazzo?
I don't know. I imagine we'll find out.
Nice
All
guy,
right.
Gazzo.
So where were we? Rocky's dumb and he can't do commercials.
Yep.
Sure.
But so he decides, I got to get a real job then. If I can't do commercials, I better practice my reading so I can get an office job. And he's reading books to Adrian.
Oh, he actually does this.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, he does.
I must have not paid attention to this point.
Yeah. They're laying in bed and he's reading her books, and she is like just being very patient and listening.
She's barely paying attention.
And she says like, "Oh, you're good at this. I like it," or something like that. And he's like, "Yeah, you're a good liar." So he goes in for an interview. We learn he has a 9th grade education.
Oof.
And so the guy's like, no one. He's not like, I'm not giving you a job. He said, no one will give you a job. It's too competitive. And then he goes to like 3 interviews, and they all kind of tell him, like, you need to be doing manual labor.
I like that he says, yeah, I was hoping to, get a job sitting down like the way you was doing.
Yep.
Jesus.
Yep. So he does not get a job. So he gets Paulie to hook him up with a gig at the meat packing plant.
Mm-hmm.
And even then the guy's like, listen, I don't got like full-time shifts for you. So we'll start you, but like I don't have a lot of hours. And then Paulie right away is like, hey, yeah, thanks for saying thank you to me.
Yeah.
And Rocky's like, yeah, and don't worry about it. You don't got to say thanks for the watch I gave you.
No.
So he's not bad at this job because he's just hauling meat everywhere, but
Yeah.
it's not what he wants. He's not happy doing it. And then he gets laid off anyways because the guy calls him and he says, listen, I don't got the hours. I got to cut hours, and you're the new guy. So, like, nothing personal,
Yeah.
but you're done.
You're out.
He even asked him, why don't you fight? And Rock's
Yeah.
like, oh, man.
Oh, yeah. The one, like, banker or whatever is like, you're a good fighter.
Yeah.
Maybe you should fight
Oh,
again.
yeah. I heard you're good at the fighting.
So he goes to the docks to find Paulie and sells him his car, kind of, I
Yeah.
think.
Hey, you
So weird.
You want to take over the payments? It's yours. You can have it.
Maybe, like, get more money. Like,
Yeah.
it's probably worth a lot more. What are you doing, Rocky?
And Paulie's like, and in the nicest way possible, says, do you need a handout? I'll give you a handout if you need a handout.
Yeah.
Not just do you need a couple bucks. I'll give you a handout if that's what you need.
Yeah, because now he's working for Gazzo.
Yeah.
And
He's
that
got the
money.
nice suits.
And
got
he
the nice-
probably is breaking the fingers.
He's got the
So-
nice guy, the nice guy money from Gazzo.
Yeah.
He's a great mob boss.
He is. He's such a good friend, too. So he basically goes home and decides he needs to fight again. He's working out in the basement, just punching a bag, and he's like, Adrian, I was just thinking maybe I should fight. And she's like, no, absolutely not. Like, I do not want you to
She
fight.
finally has an opinion.
Yeah. And then she says, yes, I know I'm pregnant, but I will go back to work at the pet store so that you don't have to work there, guy.
How much money are you making off this pet store, Adrian? Let's be real.
Part-time, though. Part-time at a pet store. But,
She said just till he can find something.
yep. So he basically says, like, so he's sad about this, obviously, and he keeps, like, trying to get him, and he's like, there's money in it, but also, like, it's something I'm good at.
Yeah.
It's something I can do and do well.
And he's the one who's supposed to support her.
Yeah, and which...
When she's
It's
pregnant,
nice. Yes.
sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's an outdated thing, too, but also back then that wasn't, like,
Yeah.
a bad thing to say. But she says, like, no, like, I'm gonna go make dinner. Don't do that. So then late night, he gets up and he goes to the gym, scares Mickey, and they have a late night chat.
I think Mickey scares Rocky more than Rocky scares
out with a
Mickey.
bat or something. Who is that? Is that Rocky? I didn't give you a key.
You see this fucking earpiece?
I can hear him coming.
So he's like, I'm thinking about fighting again. And Mickey, who at the end of the fight was saying like, let's kill him, was like,
Yeah.
nah, you're done. He's like, you can't do it no more. And he's like, what are you talking about? He said, like, I've been trying to get a career for years, and now that I got one, you're telling me it's over.
Yep.
He's like, you're done. Your eye is too bad. He's like, nah, it's fine, it's fine. So Mickey slaps him hard in the face,
Yeah.
and he's clearly not happy.
Yeah. He's like, you didn't see that
You didn't
coming
even
from an
see
old
that,
man.
did you?
Oh.
An old pug, he calls himself. An
Oh,
old
yeah,
pug
yeah.
like me. So he basically says, like, Apollo would kill you
Mhm.
right now. You cannot fight him.
Because he's a southpaw, and it's his right eye, so that's the eye he's leading with.
Yeah. So then he's like, I just need to be around it. And he's real vulnerable at this point. He's like, I just got to be around it again.
Yeah.
So Mickey's like, come back then. And he's like, yeah, I'll help out. And he's like, you cannot work. Like, you can come and, like, we'll help with training, work out, whatever. But, like, you can't be cleaning up after people. You're royalty now.
Yeah.
You can't let these people see you, like, cleaning the bathrooms or whatever.
And Rocky doesn't care. Rocky's like, no, I'll do it.
Yeah, he's like, don't. So we go back to Apollo, and he's meeting with his whole team now, and he keeps just saying, like, I want to fight Rocky. And every one of them is going, like, let's literally move on to anyone else.
Yeah.
And so he calls Duke over, and he's like, why don't you want me to fight him? And Duke's like, you want the real answer? He said, he's bad for you. He's a southpaw. You beat him worse than I've ever seen anyone get beat, and he just kept coming. You don't need this trouble.
Yeah.
Like, let's just move on. Let's fight anyone else. And Apollo is like, no, I'm going to keep calling him out. I'm going to make him fight. And one of these other guys is like, you know that makes you the bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Like, if he's retired and you won't leave him alone, that makes you the bad guy. Doesn't matter. He's got his mindset on it. He needs to have this fight. Rocky goes to the gym. He starts, like, showing a guy how to sneer and punch or something weird. And then somebody's like, go clean that bucket out. He's like, I'll do it. I got this. Don't worry about it. Immediately, he's a bum. Immediately, everyone loses all respect for him. No respect. Look at this bum. You can't fight. Yada, yada, yada. So the entire city has turned on him. And he's back to just being a bum. So he's in there literally sweeping up the ring. Big Tony comes to see him. Super very nice. Says, like, I'll get you your old job back.
Yeah.
What, breaking fingers? Is like, I'll give you your job back. You can work again. You're not a janitor. He's like, nah, I'm good. So he's like, all right, I got to go then. And he points at a big poster of Rocky. He's like, you remember that guy?
Yeah.
Shots fired.
It's just a little friendly goading. Rocky walks into the pet shop, and since she is the only one currently working, he does a responsible thing, and he talks her into leaving her shift. Just closing up shop.
Let's lock up.
So they have no money now. The Turtles make a brief appearance here.
Yep.
Asking them if anybody bothered to move today.
Coffin Lake.
Yep.
Yep, Cuffin Link. Anybody move today? What'd you guys do?
They didn't move. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Because their tank is too goddamn small
It's a very
for
small
two
tank.
turtles.
It is like a 5-gallon tank. It's very small. It's probably not even that big. On national TV on a sports show, Apollo Creed gets on and basically calls Rocky a bum, says he's afraid to fight me.
This is Brent Musburger right here.
Oh, that's Brent. Okay. Right. And Brent does say at one point, like, he's retired. And he's like, I don't care. I want to fight him. And then Brent, like, is fully on board. He's like, all right, where is Rocky? And Rocky is sitting at home being super sad, pouting at the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Adrian comes upstairs to check on him and says, like, I do not want you to fight. And he's like, but I never asked you to stop being a woman.
Whoa.
And basically says, like, I need to fight this. As they're having this conversation, Mickey also sees this interview and goes berserk. Throws his popcorn or pretzels or whatever he's eating.
Yeah.
Pork rinds all over the floor.
All over himself.
Yep. He goes over.
He's wearing one sock, by the way. Did you?
I didn't notice that. No.
He's got the tiny little.
He's a mess.
He's got the tiny little TV at the foot of his bed, and it shows the TV. So he's got one foot with the sock, one without the sock. Of course, holes in the sock one too.
It's a tough life.
Yes. So Rocky basically with Mickey standing there, says like, I'm gonna do this fight. I need to do it. I need to do it for you. I'm gonna support you by making this fight. And also, he just like called me names on national TV. Like, I gotta respond here.
Mhm.
She wants nothing to do with it still. Mickey comes over, basically says, come on, let's go get this bum. And very quickly talks him into fighting. And the rematch must be on because we're going to go back to Philadelphia for a joint press conference.
Mm-hmm.
And Apollo goes full heel. Says, like, I'm going to beat him. I'm going to beat him in his hometown, so there's no question that I'm the better man. And then Rocky just, like, jokes around. Like, still doesn't actually care.
He's just going to get paid at this point.
Yeah.
But full babyface, full heel setup. Only Paulie's fighting back, and I have no idea what he actually says because he just sits in the corner and mumbles.
He says something like, his head he's going to tear off.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Something not real English.
Yeah.
And Apollo's like, what do we got? Al Capone down here? Who are you? So we start training.
I don't sweat you.
And we start training with watching film of the last fight. And Mickey basically says, you have to go right-handed. Southpaws are the worst. They just lead with the head and try to throw the big left hook.
Which is basically what Rocky does. Yeah.
So he says, we got to get you training right-handed so that you can protect your eye. And we got to get you fast.
How the hell are they going to teach him to fight right-handed so quick?
Well, we got a little time for this one now.
Not a lot.
Not a lot. Like 10 weeks, I think they said. But first, before we even get to that, we got to chase a chicken because you got to get faster.
Mm-hmm.
This is how we used to do it.
Chase some chicken.
I mean, chickens are fast.
Rocky is not at all into training because Adrian is so mad at him. He feels guilty, so he's not doing anything right. Then we cut to Apollo, who is very much into training. And he's going balls to the wall because this is big for him. Then we learn that Rocky, professional fighter, doesn't know how to hit a speed bag, apparently.
He just didn't care.
He can't figure it out. I used to hit a speed bag. I've never boxed a match in my life, but I can hit a speed bag. This dude
I'm just
can't.
saying, hitting a speed bag's not that easy.
It's also not that hard.
It should be easy for a boxer, yes.
Listen, he's depressed, Bill.
Yeah,
He is. But he should know how to at least do this. This shouldn't be the first time he's ever stepped up to a speed bag.
Well, it's showing like his mind's not in it. He's not paying attention, and you gotta be paying attention when you're doing the speed bag.
So Mickey yells at him, and he just kind of walks out. We go to Adrian. She's walking around a pet shop, moving food and whatnot, and she gets hurt. We see her pull up. Something's not good. Back in the gym again, Paulie stops by, and Rocky basically says, like, hey, can you go fix your sister? She's real mad at me, and I don't want her to be. Paulie's like, yeah, I'll get this. I'll fix it. So he goes over to the pet shop and basically screams at her to stop messing with Rocky's head. Just absolutely screams until she collapses in his arms, which is obviously not good. So back in the gym, Mickey absolutely goes bonkers, loses it on Rocky, and tells him, like, you're nothing and you're dead. You don't care, so you're going to lose. And as he's yelling at him, somebody comes in and says, like, hey, Rocky, Adrian is sick.
Yeah. They need you across the street at the pet shop because your wife's sick. Across the street. I had no idea it
They
was
were
right
that
across.
close?
Yeah.
Yeah. Going to work together.
We knew he passed by every day.
Yeah, apparently that's why. It's right across the street. So he gets to the hospital to find that a healthy Rocky Jr. has been born. But
Okay.
Adrian's in a coma.
Adrian's in a coma.
Big turn of events here. Now Rocky, being good dad Rocky, will not even see his child.
This seems wrong.
His mother's in a coma. He's not interested in seeing her. We got to do it together, he says.
That seems a little weird.
Yeah.
Then again, it's Rocky, and everything he does in this relationship is weird.
Yep. So he just like sits by her bed, ignores the son that's, down the hall.
For a long time. How long was she in a coma for?
So he's sitting with her
Week or two?
until they kick him out, which they would not do. They wouldn't kick a quiet
They would
husband
never
out of the
kick
hospital.
the spouse out.
No.
Yeah, come on.
She's in her own room. Yeah.
Especially since he's just sitting quietly. He's not making a scene or anything.
That would never happen.
But he says, do you have a chapel? So he goes and he's sitting in the church chapel praying. Mickey finds him in there. Says, like, you're throwing away an opportunity. But he says, like, if that's how you want to do it, I'll do it with you. And he just sits down quietly and basically becomes his shadow.
They get weirdly buddy-buddy in this one, considering how much they hated each other in the last one.
And like 5 minutes ago.
Yep.
But
Oh, it was Frank Stallone who was the street corner singer.
yeah,
Of course.
Okay, of course it is. What was that other movie we watched in another lifetime where they were wrestlers or whatever? And Frank Stallone was
Stallone.
singing in that one too.
Yeah.
It was like a Frank Stallone versus Tom Waits sing-off.
Yes.
Is it the Stallone?
The Stallone wrestling movie,
Yeah.
whatever it was called.
Like a. Oh shit! What was it?
Yeah, I don't remember. So for a while, we're gonna be sad. We see Rocky just sitting with Adrian. He's reading to her. He's writing her poetry. All this is going on with Mickey just sitting there quietly in the corner, being there for Rock, just being a creep in the corner. Still not meeting the child. During one of these sessions, somehow, Adrian comes out of it, opens her eyes. Now we're days and or weeks later. It's
Yeah, we
unclear.
don't know. They don't say.
So she wakes up. So finally, Rocky's like, all right, I guess it's time for us to meet our baby.
Let's go meet the baby together.
You
She
have
was
to
like,
assume
you
she-
haven't seen him yet? He goes, no, I'm gonna do it without you.
So they bring in a child with so much hair.
Oh my
The
god!
most hair ever.
But we get a great scene, though. Rocky says he won't fight Creed. If she don't want him to, he won't do it. And she says, there's one thing I want you to do for me.
What's
Win.
that?
And then he just looks at her,
Oh.
and the music quietly drops in perfectly. And she says, he says, what did you say? And she goes, win. And Mickey pops up and goes, what are we waiting for? Take us.
The best.
So then we get the real Rocky montage now,
Yes.
which I will say, the one-arm push-ups he's doing are very impressive.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Like, he's doing one-arm pull-ups, which are crazy, but I don't know if he's really doing it or not because they're showing like half his body. The push-ups he's doing for real.
There's no way to fake that.
No.
Also, like when he's working at the meat packing plant, that doesn't look fake either. Some of that looks super real.
Oh, yeah.
He's just throwing
Yeah.
around
He's
the
chucking some cows around.
the full rib rack or whatever. Yeah. What are we waiting for? He trains throughout Philly, much like the first movie, only now he's got fans surrounding him, cheering him on, a bunch of kids chasing him all over the city.
This is
And
the Rocky running through the streets,
Paradise
running,
Alley?
running the steps.
Paradise Alley's in
Paradise
was
Alley.
the movie.
Yeah.
This is the scene I remembered and thought was in the first one. Right?
Yeah,
He, like
yeah.
runs up the steps with the kids.
No, second
Second
one because he's a hero
This is the one, yeah.
and people know who he is.
Yeah.
Yes, in Paradise Alley, Frank Stallone's in it, doing most of the music, but also Tom Waits plays a dude they call Mumbles, and he just sits at a bar piano and mumbles into the microphone.
All right.
What a musical movie that was. So we go to fight night. Creed is juiced up and ready. Rocky is just chilling at home. He leaves late. He's like, I gotta go. I'm already late for the fight. Still, he takes a break to stop by the church, not to go into the church, just to yell outside the priest's window, make the priest lean his head out and give him a quick blessing out the window.
Throw me a blessing down.
He gets there, and Mickey is obviously very upset that he's so late. But it's time. He's in the bathroom praying. They go in, they get him. And he's talking to Mick. He's like, Mick, I promise you one thing. I'm going to try to do good for you. And he's like, by the way, look at the new robe. It's a good robe.
He's obsessed with his robes.
He is. Apollo is not messing around at all. He doesn't have any flash in his entrance. He just comes out, man, on a mission.
What is happening? This threw me off so much.
Huh?
Why does he have no flash?
I hope he makes it up in another movie.
You better make it up.
Maybe. I don't know if he does. Maybe.
He's in the corner, and he's like, "Oh, he looks like he's still mad." So Mickey gives him his final advice, and he basically says he's coming out on all cylinders. You gotta get through the first round, and then we got him. You just gotta make it through this first one. And he says, "Do not go back to fighting Southpaw until I tell you." So clearly, this is what they've been working on. They have a plan that he will go Southpaw when the timing is right, but don't start that way. Apollo, as they expected, goes hard right from the jump. Rocky, per usual, is not hitting back or blocking. He's just standing there taking it.
Shot straight to the
Occasionally-
face.
Occasionally, he'll throw
Punch.
some body shots, which is what he's apparently known for. But otherwise, he just stands there and gets punched a lot. We get, for the second fight in a row, a first-round knockdown, but this time it's Apollo getting the knockdown and Rocky having to get back up. Round 2 is more of the same. He's juiced up. He's hitting him. He hits a legit wind-up punch where he dances in the corner, spins his hand around, and then smashes Rocky in the face because Rocky still is not blocking anything. And like 2 punches later, knocks him down. Second round in a row, he gets a knockdown. Rocky gets up. This time it seems to have awoken him, and now he's fighting back. He's pushing him into the corner and stuff. They break up this round. He tells Mick, I ain't going down no more. So 2 knockdowns, but now he's ready to fight. We get a montage as the rounds go. Clearly, it's a battle again. It seems that Apollo's winning the fight, but they're both getting plenty of shots in. By the time we get to the 14th round, they actually say Apollo is killing him on points, winning the fight. So we're going to the 15th round. Once again, we're going to go to the last round. And Creed's corner is telling him, don't go for the knockout. You already have this fight won. You just got to finish this next round and you get the title back. Do not try to go for the knockout. Reed's like, no, sorry, fellas, going for it. I'm doing this my way. The other corner, Mickey says, time to go southpaw at least. Nope. I don't need no gimmicks. Gimmicks. You are a southpaw fighter. This was the plan.
It's not a gimmick.
Nope, not doing it. So both fighters have decided they're going to ignore their corners. Rocky needs to get a knockout for the win. Still doesn't want to go southpaw. So we come out, and both guys are trying for the knockout, so we get a full brawl. After some hard back and forth, Rocky hits him, and they both fall down. Now, I believe in boxing, if you fall, you don't get the 8 count or the 10 count or whatever like you do when you knock somebody down. However, Rocky falls over, and he's also not getting up. So they're getting the double count straight out of a wrestling movie. And the announcers say if neither one of these guys gets up, it's a draw, and Apollo will keep the belt. But so at 9, of course, Rocky pops up. Creed cannot answer. He stays down, and we have a new champ.
Ugh. Big old Rocky win.
Rocky
Yep.
wins. We get the belt coming out. They give him a microphone, which is never a good idea.
Oh.
First, he thanks Mickey. Then he thanks the crowd and thanks for Philadelphia, basically. Then he thanks God.
He's big into God now.
Yep. And then we get, yo, Adrian, I did it.
Beautiful.
Doesn't say anything specifically about her, just that he did it. She cries at home and says, I love you. And this one goes out with a quick hug between Rocky and Mickey. They are best of friends now.
Mm-hmm.
They love each other only to... Something goes wrong soon.
I hope not. It's finally turned the corner.
Hopefully not.
Is this better than the first one? Because even the scenes that we kind of go over quickly, where he's just being a sad guy who can't get a job, they
They're
do
good
a good
scenes.
job of tearing him all the way back down.
Yeah.
They're good scenes.
There's less
know.
character work on Rocky in this.
Why have we been watching pickleball this whole time, by the way?
Oh, yeah.
It's the greatest sport ever.
Having never played it, it looks awful.
How are you not in on this with me? I've been trying to get pickleball team together forever.
You have not, first of all. Second of all, I will
I pitched you a pickleball team, making a pickleball team months ago, and nobody bid
I
on
don't
that.
believe you did.
I most certainly did. I said it's the laziest, most fun sport.
I will try a game of pickleball, but it doesn't look very good.
You don't have to move. You just stand there. Then you could be in the AAP.
I would crush you guys. I'm just
I-
throwing it
Pickleball?
out
I
there.
played racquetball once or twice before, and I'm
Absolutely.
very bad at that.
You are athletic. You don't need to be athletic to play pickleball.
And that's just going to give me even bigger of a leg
So
up
where
on you
can we
guys.
play pickleball? Because now we have to knock the rook back down.
Again,
the
this
rook.
is
Wow.
this is not new. This is an old thing that I pitched months ago and nobody cared.
Why did he pitch you on playing?
Yes,
pickleball?
I kept talking about it.
We have watched pickleball upstairs before.
Yeah, that's.
But
what
I don't
was
remember there
talking
being
about.
talk about starting a team.
No,
I
don't
said
know
I
anything
wanted to
about
play.
it.
It's the most.
Where do you even do it? Where can we play
There's
pickleball?
a million pickleball places.
Name one, a single place.
There's one in by the old Kmart.
Let's go do it.
This is not new. You're making this seem new.
We'll go put Wally in his place, and then we'll
yeah,
be done.
as long as we can beat
Jesus.
you, Wally, it's fine. All right. Do we have a quote mountain?
Couple that I like.
Okay.
How's about investing in condominiums? It's safe. Condominiums. Yeah, condominiums. I never use them.
I'll never use
I
it.
never use them.
And then it's Apollo. Who are you expecting?
That's a good.
I was hoping he wouldn't show.
What about? I was wondering if you wouldn't mind marry me very much.
Oh yeah, I like that one.
I think it's the first
Bill,
one.
can
of
you
that
do
one.
the entire Mickey thing? That's your like, hey Rock,
I
it's
doubt
3
it.
in the morning.
Hey, Rock, it's 3 in the morning. I went up to your house and they told me you was here. It's 3 a.m., kid. You know that Adrian? She's a good girl. Me? You know I'm sorry for both of you. There's nothing I'm losing it. I didn't really have it.
That's a lot to read as Mickey. That's a lot to read.
I'm losing it.
There's nothing I can do about it except, I want to tell you this once and then, I ain't going to say it again. But Rock, you got another shot. This is the second shot at, I don't know, the biggest title in the world.
In the world.
And you're going to be swapping punches with the most dangerous fighter in the world. And just in case, you know your brain ain't working so good. All this happens pretty soon and you ain't ready. You know you're nowhere near in shape. So I say, for God's sake, why don't you stand up and fight this guy hard like you done before. That was beautiful. But don't lay down like this. Like,
He's losing it.
like, it's hard.
I don't know.
It's starting to hurt a little bit.
Like some kind of mongrel or something.
Like, I don't know, like some kind of mongrel or something. Because he's going to kick your face in pieces. That's right. This guy don't just want to win, you know.
That's right.
He wants to bury you. He wants to humiliate you. He wants to prove to the whole world that you was nothing but some kind of freak the first time out. He said you were a one-time lucky bum. Well, now I don't want to get mad in a biblical place like this. But I think you're a hell of a lot more than that, kid. A hell of a lot. But now wait a minute. If you want to blow this thing, if you want to blow it, then damn it, I'm going to blow it with you.
Oh,
If you want to stay here, I'll stay with you. I'll stay with you. I'll stay and pray. What do I got to lose?
quote,
I get
quote
mad
mountain.
in a biblical place like this.
Quote mountain.
Yep.
You got better as it went. Your voice became more
Because it
Because it hurt.
Burgess earthy. Oh man.
Copy.
I'm going to feel that in the morning. I feel
Yeah,
like.
you are gonna feel that. Quote
there's
mountain?
Quote mountain, yeah.
That's quote mountain?
That is quote mountain.
That's quote mountain. The entire Mickey speech. That's quote mountain. All right.
His other speech is good too. Well, what are we waiting for? Take us there.
All right. MVP in the movie? Is it?
Oh, it's Mickey.
It's Mickey.
It's Mickey.
It's definitely better than the first one. I would just put up for consideration
Grasso.
Tony Grasso. He's very
Great guy.
good.
Good guy.
Very nice.
Good guy,
Very
Gasso.
nice.
No, it's Mickey.
All right.
Apollo was good. It's probably Mickey.
What was the rating on the first Rocky that we gave? 7.
Doesn't matter. We'll figure it out after.
Yeah, let's.
Oh, we're not supposed to know.
Yep,
I remember what it was though.
I do too. Because obviously,
Yeah. I thought it was better, but going through it, I feel like it's slightly worse now. I'm not sure.
It's like a hair worse. It's a crap pin worse. 7.3.
I'm gonna say 7.9.
I'll give it a 7. Hold on.
Am I way too low?
Yeah.
7.8.
Okay. Then I'll do a 7.9 as well to give it a 7.9.
I believe it was a 7 or an 8 even was
It
the first
was.
one.
It was. So
But
this
that's
is,
twice that you gave it a low score and then talked yourself out of it.
Well,
Not
I
low
did
score.
say it's a little bit lower than the last one.
So 7.9.
7.9. Yep.
So is it still? It's like a top 5 though, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Still very good.
Let's
Still
see if-
Sandlot's the top though.
we got The Big Lebowski at 7.9.
It's better than that.
No, it's not.
It is.
Yes, it is.
I enjoy The Big Lebowski enough.
Big
but it's
Lebowski's
not
too
a great movie.
Big Lebowski's too high up.
It's not a great movie. What
It's
is
a good
wrong with
movie.
you?
It's not a great movie.
It's not a goddamn
great.
bowling movie.
It's a movie about bowling.
It's
I polled the room at your birthday party, and several people said it's a bowling movie. So
That's true. Alec did think
That did happen.
Did say, yeah, that's the first thing you
that
think of is
the
bowling.
first thing you think of is bowling. Thank you very much, new friend. All right, next
If you had
review.
to rank your friends, who's higher, Alec or Wally?
That's just hurtful.
Okay, so a lot of it would depend on what he would think about the Mr. Baseball movie.
Alec,
If Alec watches Mr. Baseball and tells me it's good, he's in strong competition now with Wally. He's in strong competition. Years of friendship thrown out the window over Tom Selleck in a baseball
and his
movie.
beautiful mustache.
Beautiful mustache. MVP of that movie, Tom Selleck's mustache.
I
That
believe
is
Wally
true.
did actually agree with that.
Yeah.
I
His
did. He
mustache
He let us
was
do
the
that. He
MVP.
let us do that so the show would end so he could go home. I think.
Tom Selleck's
Right.
mustache was the
Yes.
MVP. Yes.
That's the first time a mustache was the winner.
I need someone to tell me how to take a crap. Was the quote?
Oh, yeah.
It's a good
Get the
movie.
Japanese toilets.
It's a good movie. All right. The
Uh.
next review is on me. It's Rocky 3. We're going to finish out the first 4 Rockies. Means that somebody gets the second one. Wally, you get a second one.
I get a second
You
one.
get
yep.
2 Rockies.
I might do Rocky 5 just to the first batch. of them out
Complete
of
the first
way.
batch. Oh, Rocky 5 is so bad.
I know. But if we don't do it, then when are we ever going to actually want to go back to it?
I don't know because there's another
We'll see.
Rocky. There's Rocky Balboa.
I feel like after 2 more weeks of Rocky, I might be ready for a break anyways.
I think we're going to be ready for a break after 2 more weeks, but I'm not yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm excited for Rocky 3. Can't wait.
This one I know I've
Yeah.
seen before because
Clubber Lang.
in a separate show I watched it. So
Clubber Lang. In a separate show you watched it.
Yeah, we did. We watched it for the other one.
This is our first double up, right?
Yeah.
We watched this for the other show?
Of
Yeah.
course we did.
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah,
Let me just double check, but
I don't think so.
we definitely did
I don't remember
because
that.
old Thunder Lips.
We watched it for Hogan? I don't
Whoa.
think we did.
I'm fairly confident.
Well, you can
that we did.
confirm we did not watch it.
we watched it.
I'm fairly sure that we did because
not.
I don't know why else I would have watched the third one.
We watched many Hulk Hogan movies, but not this.
I'm pretty sure we did.
He's got the
It's-
list. It's not on there
It's not coming up.
because we didn't watch it for this. Do you
Why
have
did I see it
Were
then?
you building a podcast brand behind my back right now? You got another podcast you're not
We-
telling me about?
Do you think I have the patience to do any of this or the know-how? Much less
No, I could have sworn we did it.
No.
we
never
definitely
did.
We have other movies we're going to have to cross over at some point.
Oh, I can't wait
Some
for
baseball movies we gotta
several
cross
baseball
over.
movies to cross over. Okay. I think we're good.
Yeah.
Rocky 2 is a good movie. It's not as good as Rocky 1. Will Rocky 3
No.
be better than both of these?
No.
Maybe.
No.
How do you say no? You haven't
It's just
even-
no.
What do you mean no?
It's no.
Having watched it for a different show,
If we didn't,
it's not as good.
we for sure did.
We just looked it up. We didn't do it.
I don't believe myself.
I mean, I edit these
I don't
things. I would
believe
remember.
myself.
I would remember it.
I,
We watched many a Hulk Hogan, but not that.
I don't know. Something doesn't seem right.
It's collusion.
Either way,
Do you smell
we're
collusion?
watching it. So
Collusion. I smell it real bad. All right. That's it. We're
Lions
done.
Hero Thunder Lips coming up.
Can't wait. Bye.